Hey coaches, welcome back to the Coach Chip channel on YouTube. Today we're talking about pulling linemen on play action pass. Before we get started, let me remind you about our friends over in Birmingham, Alabama. That's Right Equipment Company. Right Equipment Company. They've been equipping high schools, universities, hospitals, rehab centers, church fitness centers, commercial gyms, military bases, police stations, firehouses, apartment complexes, and hundreds of individuals in their gym weight rooms, in their garage weight rooms, in their house weight rooms, all the fitness equipment you could possibly imagine at Right Equipment. Been doing it since 1979. Former coaches worked there, guys like Alan Creasy, Coach Leo Wright himself, the godfather of fitness training in the state of Alabama, is a former high school coach himself. Go on over and click on RightEquipment.com and train the right way. Now, let's get to pulling linemen on play action pass. Now, you may be asking yourself, why do I want to pull linemen on play action pass? Well, if you don't rely on play action pass, you probably don't want to. But if you throw a good bit of play action pass and you do pull guards or tackles, if you're a gap scheme team, pulling linemen is the way to go. Several years ago, I heard, I think it was Jim Harbaugh talking about it. I think he was still at Stanford or he was still with the 49ers, talking about pulling linemen. And he gave the many reasons why. And of course I thought, well, I've done it for years because of my wing T background. And I was actually toying with the idea about 8-9 years ago of getting away from it as we were getting more and more spread concepts into our offense. And when I heard his rationale, it made sense to me, especially if you're a gap scheme. And y'all know those Harbaugh teams at Stanford and, of course, the ones at Michigan rely heavily on power, gap scheme. And so when you pull a guard, you trigger these linebackers. They are taught, especially now, remember, most of my audience is high school and below. Think about it. They've been trained to trigger, react to pulling guards. They've got gaps they're assigned to. So when you block back, down, pull, kick, and by the way, if you run counter, it's an easy insert. Now, you got to rep it because they got to get a feel for it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Let's look at the rules. All right, the OL rules are as follows. Play side tackle, play side guard, and the center will all block gap down, OTL, on the line. Or whatever call you want to come up with, that's fine with me. Okay, what I'm talking about is, now of course the center's not blocking down, he's blocking back. Same diff, same block. What I taught mine to do, and I'll show you some film in a minute, is to block back or block down, okay? And if they're not engaged with a lineman, you do it the way you want to, and you may have to tweak it depending on how people play you. It was 2 steps. When they started to put that third step down, that was the step they pushed back with, okay? If they weren't engaged with a lineman, like in this case, let's say this nose doesn't stunt this gap. He comes straight ahead or shoots this gap. This guard blocking down is engaged, stays with him, and washes him right here. So it look like this. Boom. You take him right here. And of course, your quarterback is going to fake to the running back and do a roll. Watch this. Right here, he's going to fake. Right here. And he'll insert where the guard left from, the back will. And the quarterback will start rolling this way. It's not a rollout. And he'll set up right in here if that end comes upfield, if we get a kick right here. Now, it's a kick, but it's not like a trap. He's going to gear down, fit up on him, and keep him outside. That kid right there runs up the field. The tackle blocking down, if he's not engaged, like versus this defense, by the time he gets on that second, third step, you coach it up the way you need to, he starts shuffling back, picking up leakage. That guard, if he didn't engage with the nose, shuffling back, picking up leakage. Against this odd front, if this end comes out, the tackle, backside, gap flip, gap hinge, OTL, high walling, gap flip, high walling, run his butt up the field. Now the center will block back on this odd front. If the backer doesn't come, then he'll sift back, wind up helping out. Maybe the outside backer's coming, maybe the end comes inside, slants across your tackle's face, whatever it may be. Okay? And so you get a sift or a shuffle back if you're not engaged on that second, third step. What that does, it keeps, let me move this running back out of the way. Well, shoot. It keeps them from running into your pulling guard. Okay? You see? When they step down, if they're not engaged on 2 or 3 steps, shuffle back, look for leakage. Quarterback is set up right in here, okay, as you get a kick and throw the ball. All right, let's scan down. All right, what if that end squeezes? Everybody else is doing the same thing. Now, if the end beats your tackle across his face, the tackle stays with him. Okay, and the guard will come over here and set up shop and look for work. All right, if the end squeezes behind the tackle's down block, that pulling guard, pulling flat, because he's not kicking him on a run, so he's going to pull flat. He's not going to cross the line the way I tell y'all to do on kickouts and traps. He's going to come right here, flip those hips, log him, pin him inside, and the quarterback will continue to roll out. Okay? All right, let's look at it against an even front. Now, the rules haven't changed versus the even front. They're the same as they were a while ago here in the box. Gap down OTL. OTL is just a shorthand for on the line. Tells the lineman, do not go down the field. This is a pass play. All right, so he's going to block down. Play side tackle. Gap down OTL. He'll be engaged. Stay with him. He's your guy. Run him up the field just like this, because that quarterback is going to kind of half roll right here to see what he's doing right here, what the end's doing. The guard's going to block, gap down OTL. Second, third step. No backer coming. No lineman slanting. Shuffle back. Look for leakage from the backside. Center, gap, back, OTL. He's engaged. Stay with him. Run his butt up the field just like this right here. Just stay with him and keep him there. Backside tackle, gap, flip, gap, hinge, high wall. Just wash that end up the field just like that. Okay? Now, is it the best pass protection ever? No. But it's play action pass. You run it on a rundown. Okay? Second and third. Okay, 1st and 10. Best time to throw the ball. Best time to throw the ball, especially play action anywhere. All right, now look at it versus an even front. If the end squeezes, everybody's doing the same thing. The guard's pulling. When he sees that end has squeezed, he logs him, and the quarterback will roll out right here. And it takes reps. The quarterback has to come work with the lineman. Okay, you have to work with the lineman, especially with the guard, so he can feel it. I remember sometimes we just bring the guards over and let the tackles go work on something else, okay? Like their high wall, their gap flip. Let the guards come work with the quarterback and get the feel for it, so the quarterbacks can get the feel of it and have a coach or a player standing over here running up the field or squeezing. So that guy gets the feel of it. You just can't say, hey, do this. You got to practice it. All right, let's look at it against an under. All right, notice the rules haven't changed. Play side tackle, play side guard, and center. Gap down or back down, OTL, on the line. Backside guard, pull flat, kicker log DN. Backside tackle, he'll gap and high wall. Nothing's changed, just the front's changed. He's still going to block his rule because there's nothing gap or down. Second, third step. The tackle hasn't found anybody. Shuffle back. That buys time for your guard to pull, and you won't have an issue. You got to really stress to them. So when we run this, linemen, you've got to take your 2 or 3 steps, whatever it is you decide to do, that gives the guard time. If you don't do that the first time you run it, your guard is going to kick your tackle. Okay? They're going to run together. So block down, nothing shows, 2 or 3 steps, shuffle back, look for work. Block down against the under front, he'll have somebody on him, stay with him, just stay on him and run him up the field. Not trying to kill him, just get in his way, and don't let him get over here. Center, block back on that, got to go real flat to get that 3. Okay? Tackle, same thing. Gap and high wall. Gap and high wall. Run that end up the field. That's all you're doing. And if that end runs up the field, we're going to kick him and stay with him. Quarterback's going to settle right in here and throw the football. All right, let's look at it against an under front again with a end that squeezes. Nothing's changed. It's all the same. Tackle blocks down, no show on 2 or 3 steps. He's not engaged, shuffle back, looking for backside leakage, or if somebody got beat on a play or whatever. Block down, stay with him. Block back, stay with him. Gap and high wall. Quarterback will make his fake to the running back right here. Come right here, sees his guard, sees the end, continues to roll, sets up shop out here. You got a football play. All right, let's look at a few clips. Now, you know me. Granted, it's not going to be perfect. Because I'm going to show you the good and the bad, okay? So let's look. A little slow motion right here. All right, you're going to get a gap down OTL, gap down OTL. There you go, guard pulled. He didn't. See right there, quarterback got the feel for it, okay? Here we go again. Boom, there's your end. Guard set up right there. You just wall him off. Backside tackle got beat. All right, same scheme. Good, right there. Nice little pocket, kind of in the B, kind of behind the B gap. Okay, to the side that he rolls to, opposite the play fake. Here it is again. Right there, he should fit up and get that guy. Guy ran up field. Good. Okay. Again, it's a different play, believe me, I promise. So you got to stay inside on that pulling guard. Don't get beat inside. Don't get beat inside. All right, got a couple of more. I think we'll see that one again in slow motion. Now stay inside. Just sit down. Just sit down, guard. Stay inside. Good job, right tackle. Just staying with that guy, keeping him inside. Okay. Now we got 2 more. Boom. Good. Good. Look, nice little pocket right there. If you got to rep it. If you want to be good at it, you got to rep it. Here it is again in slow motion. Look, he got his good depth right there. Set up inside. Stay inside. Stay on that inside number. And you're in good shape, okay? Good job coming back to the football right there, okay? All right, that's it. Back to the top. All right, this has been Football Talk with Coach Chip, using pulling linemen to block on play action pass. Don't forget our friends over at Right Equipment, Birmingham, Alabama. Go to righthequipment.com, okay? Train the right way. Until next time, be elite, y'all.